Hello friends, welcome back. So in this session we will learn about the lang package and the object class of lang package. So what is lang package? Lang package is the default package that is imported into our Java program. How? Suppose we have created this object. If we see this example, we have created this object is equals to new object. Object is a type object. This object is a reference variable. Using new keyword we are creating the object. This is a constructor of object class and we are creating. If you see, this class is already defined under import java.lang package, java.lang.object. it's here, this is here. We can import this one explicitly, no issue, but it's not required because this is our default package. This is default package of our Java program. So this is a default package and this has some important classes, interfaces, annotations and enums that are defined into this package. Suppose so many classes are there, we have already seen in the last session. You can see that when so many number of classes are there. Some important classes we have listed here, so that we will learn. Other than that, classes, if you want to learn, that you can easily do, but that will not be much helpful to write any program or write any application into our Java programming language. So this one is the importance here: object, system, runtime, comparable, string buffer, string builder. Some of them wrapper classes are there, short, like short, int, long, float, double, character, boolean. These are the wrapper classes. Some threading related classes, thread group, runnable, process, math, and exception handling related some classes are there. Exception handling, runtime exception, index out of bound exception. So many other are there. I have just given two only here, but because these are the two types are there in the exception, accordingly that classes are given. One is iterable, that will come in the use of iterable will come in the util package, but we will see this interface. Okay, so let's first see object class. What is object class? The default super class of all the classes in Java applications are object class. This is the default. So far we have seen the inheritance. One object can inherit another object. Yeah, like we have seen the person can be inherited into employee or into student. Like that, inheritance relationship is there. So everything is object in Java. In object oriented programming, we say everything is object. It means every class is the subclass of every class is the subclass of object class. Yeah, we can say that everything is object. No, and then how it will be everything is object? Student is also object. If student is an object, then we can say student is an object if student is instance of object only. Or suppose we say employee or string or number, everything is object. We can say everything is object only when every object is the instance of object class. So that's why this is the default super class for all the classes. Or even if you don't write the inheritance relationship, extend object, you don't write that, then also by default this will be the super class. For all the classes. Suppose if you see this example, even this is my class, this is also the super class of subclass of object only. And see, this is object and we have created one person class here. Suppose this is a person class. I am not writing any inheritance relationship. I am not writing anything like extend object. I'm not writing. If you write, no issue, but I'm not writing, I'm not extending. Even if you are not extending, then compiler will add this statement by default. Compiler will do that one. So that's why object is the super class for all the classes in Java application. And object class do not have any super class. This is also important. Object class don't have any super class. There is only one class in your program or in your application, that is object, that don't have any super class. All objects are type of object only. How? Because definitely that is a type of object only, because that is inherited. Object is inherited into all the classes. Object class has the following methods. Yeah, it has some methods. One is object. This is a constructor, because constructor is also a method only, but constructor has the same name as a class name, and it don't have a return type. That is the definition of constructor. So this is a constructor. This is one get class method. Get class, that is a native method. Final means you cannot override, and you cannot give any implementation. So that is a get class, and that is a native. Native means the implementation is written in C or C++. We cannot see this implementation. That is already written. Native means that code is written in native programming. Native means that code is written in binary language. That is meaning of native here. So that one we cannot read what exactly the implementation. Hash code also is native only, but this is not final. We can inherit, we can override this hash code method into our subclass. Equal is not a native. Equal is only Java implementation only. That is taking one object, that is used to compare the reference address of two objects, whether that is same or not. We have seen equal method, equal operators. What does it equal operator? Equal operator is used to make the comparison of two reference variable or two primitive variable. If we do the comparison of primitive variable, in that case the value of primitive variable will be compared. But if we do the comparison of two reference variable, in that case a reference address will be compared. Okay, so that we will see. Next one is a clone method. Clone is a protected method. What does it mean, a protected method? Protected method can be accessed in the current package or inside the subclass of object. Inside the subclass only you can access. You cannot access outside the subclass. So that's why this clone method is given here. Next is toString method, that is returning some string. If you want to give some custom implementation, we can overriding, but we will see what is the default implementation of this toString method. Notify all, wait with some long parameter, and wait with the long parameter with int. These all are the notify all, wait method. These all are the related to threading environment. This method you can use only when your object is being used inside your thread. Then only you can use this method. Otherwise, if you use this method, then invalid state exception you will get, because your object is not holded by any thread, but you are expecting that you are pretending like that your method is holded by some thread, but your method is your object is holded by thread, but your object is not holded by any thread. Then you cannot invoke these methods. Okay. Finalize method is also a protected method, that can be accessed within the subclass or within the same package only. Okay, what exactly this is used? This is used to finalize the, or this is used to finalized or used whenever you are trying to delete some whenever JVM trying to delete some object from the memory. After before to deleting that object from memory, your JVM will call this finalize method, because some final actions if you want to process before to delete the object, then you can do using this one. That is different use. Okay, so let's see one by one. So first I have just created here one object class. Here object you can create in this way, because object class has a object method here. This one constructor here, one constructor with no parameter. So I'm calling that one and I'm creating object. After that one I am just calling the methods like get class method, hashcode method, equal, and toString method. These methods are important here, because other methods are protected. Two methods are protected and remainings are related to threading environment, so that we cannot use. This method we can use when we will learn multi-threading in Java, because this method is usable when your object is running inside a thread only. So this method we cannot use here, so that's why we are not using. toString method we are using. Clone method we can use inside the subclass only. We will make one subclass and we will see this one. Hashcode, as we have seen that we are seeing that one, and get class also we are seeing, toString also we are seeing, and equals also. Okay, so if we come to the code, here one object I am taking object, and I am printing the class name of that object. This is the class name. Hashcode, what exactly hashcode is returning? What is the return type of hashcode? What is the return type of get class? Get class return type a class. This class is another class that is defined inside lang package. This will hold the reference variable of a class. When your class is loaded into your JVM, this class will hold the reference if you want. So this is that class. Hashcode is what? What is hashcode? Hashcode is an integer number. This is an integer number for every object. Suppose in your application, suppose 1000 objects are there, or 100 or 1000 or 2000 or 10,000 objects are there. So in that case, your JVM will assign some integer number to each of object, to each of the object. Means JVM will assign some some integer number for the object that is called hashcode, and hashcode that will be unique. If object is unique, then definitely hashcode will be unique. But if suppose from the two reference variable you are pointing to the same object, in that case hashcode will be similar. I will show you that will be. Okay, this is hashcode. Equal is used to compare what? To compare the reference of two objects, whether that is same or not. toString method just returning some string. What exactly string it is returning, we will see that one. So let's run this one first and we will see. Yes, first one is the class, get class. Get class is returning class. What is the class name? Class name is this only, no, java.lang.object only. That is the class name only of that object. Okay. Hashcode, this is an hashcode. This is an hashcode. This code is assigned to that object. Equal, what exactly it is giving? False. Why it is giving false, we will see. And this is a toString method. toString method is overridden in this way. So let's see the implementation. If I open this, if I press Control and click on this get class method, I will see the implementation. See, because this is a native, the implementation is already written in native programming language, because inside Java library that code is already there. We cannot read that code. If we open somewhere, we cannot read that one, because that is the native code, means binary code. Okay. And the other method, hashcode, if we see, that is also native. Hashcode is assigned by your JVM, because your JVM only creating the object. We are writing statements, but by executing that the statement is executed by JVM only. So your JVM is creating object, JVM is assigning some hash code. So that's why that is a native. You can get that and that hash code. You cannot set like that. Okay, the next one is equals. See, equals implementation we can see here. This one we can see here. This is the implementation only. What exactly it is returning? It is comparing this, this, what is this actually? We already seen this one. This is a reference variable of a current type and object that you are passing. It is comparing the address of that one. Reference is what? Reference of two objects. Which one? Current and whatever you are passing. If it is same, the reference is same, then it will give true, otherwise it will give false. Okay, this much is the implementation only. We can see the here code. This is meaning of open source here also. Open source means what? Open source means what? I can see what exactly the implementation is there for this equal method. I can see. In the same way, what is the implementation of a toString? Yeah, I can see. See, this is the implementation of a toString. Very easy. What exactly toString is giving? Get class. You know what is get class, because get class is this only. Get class, this method only. So this is calling get class method. Get class. After that one, get name. It will get the name, class name. Suppose this is a get class. This is get class. It is written in this get class. Here also I can apply get name. Get name. The same thing only. See. Yes, this is a class. This is a class name only, no? Java.lang fully qualified class name. Class name is represented with fully qualified class name in Java only, because object you can create, no? Object class you can create. You can give the class name as object also, but that will not be this class. That will not be this class. Suppose I can create here, no? See, I can create here like that object. Now what happens? This is also an object class, no? But do you think this object class and this object class is same? This object class is same. Sorry, yeah, this is also an object class, no? See, public class object, but this class is under the package java.lang, and this class is available under com.techhub.javascript demo lang package. That's why this is a different. This is different, no? This if I say what is the fully qualified of this class name, com.techhub.javasc.demo.lang package dot object. This is the name of class. But what is the class name of this one? Suppose if I create object here, I will create another object. Object 2 is equals to new object. Which one is this one? See. Now this is another object, and I will print now. See, same thing. Now what will happen? I will run this one. Yes, if you see the output, this is the output for first object. This is the output for second object. See, first object, this one, class is two class name are same, then in that case your JVM is taking the from the class path only. So in this case, you have to give this one for java.lang. Okay, java.lang. Yes, java.lang. Now you see, now it will be different. What happened? Unresolved compilation problem. Why? Okay, yeah, here also you have to take this only. In that case, yes, correct only. Correct. Yes, now run. Yes, now we will see, we will observe something here. This is the, okay, one more thing, I will print one line here. I will print one system.out.println. I will print one line here. Okay, so that's why we can distribute that. Okay, so now if you see, this is the first objects method, get class. What exactly it is returning? java.lang.object. And what exactly this is returning when I am calling at class? com.techhub.java string java sc demo lang package object. See, you can see here, this is also object name, this is also object name is object only, but this class is not that object because that is defined inside java.lang.package. For this class also subclass superclass is this only. That's why Java is restricting that you cannot start any package that is name start with Java. This is the main reason behind that one. If you start any package, suppose if I can give this package also, no, java.lang, and after that one I can define object. In that case I cannot import in this way also. If I give java.lang and my package, my class object, in that case this condition also will be, you cannot even extend this package in this case. You cannot do that one. Suppose here, suppose this one is our class, so this extend if I do here, then how can I do java.lang.object? You can do in this way. But what if I will define package like that? In that case it will give very confliction. No class will be subclass of this object in that case. Two objects of exactly same, how is it possible? That's why Oracle is restricting that you cannot start, your package name cannot start from Java, This is the reason behind that one. Okay, so that's why this is okay, I will delete this object now. Okay, that's fine. So now this one is okay, object 2, okay. Okay, delete this one, object. So now this is the implementation here, suppose. So now what exactly the implementation for toString method? Get class, add the rate, after that one it will add get class and it will concatenate add the rate, after that one it will parse, it will do hexadecimal string, 2 hexa string. Hexa is what? Any integer number will be converted to hexadecimal number, and that hexadecimal number string it will return. And if you see the code here, this is hexadecimal number only. But what exactly this is? If I run this one, so sorry, I will run this one again. Yes, see, this is hash code, and this is also, this code and this code is same, but this is hexadecimal only, hexadecimal number only. Okay, so this is the implementation for get class implementation. We cannot see because that is a native. Hash code also implemented, that hash code for implementation for hash code also we cannot see because that is also native only. But equal to we can see, but and equal to is they are doing nothing, they are returning the whether that reference of both objects are same or not. If it is equal, then it will say true, otherwise it will return false. And toString method, what exactly it will return? Get class name, after that one it will concatenate at the rate, after that one the hash code number of the hexadecimal number of hash code it will be appended, and that string it will be returning. So this is the default implementation. Okay, now what I did, this is not required now. Okay, so here we are seeing yes, So here I have created another class person and with some name. Here one constructor I am giving, and this we have already seen the use of superclass, because this will call the constructor of superclass. Which superclass? We are not extending superclass of object. If we remove this statement, then definitely your compiler will add this statement. That will be available always it will be there. Even default constructor, if you don't add this constructor inside this person, default constructor will be there like that it will be there without any parameter. It will be there. This statement will be there if you don't write. If we don't write this statement, suppose if we are not adding this one and we are not adding this also, in that case these statement will be present inside this person class, because your compiler will add. If you add this one, if you add this constructor, then your compiler will not add this one. Default constructor you have to add explicitly if you are adding any other constructor, any other parameterized constructor. Okay, and this will be default. If you don't add this, then also your compiler will add. If you add, then it also fine. And here extend also your compiler will add. If you don't add, that's also fine. So something that compiler is doing while compiling your file. Okay, so this is the calling of a superclass. If I click here, see. If I click here, if I press Control and I'm clicking on the super, it is going to that only. See, object class, object constructor. Okay, and one more thing. See here what I am creating object class. Object is equal to new object. So here I am creating object of object only, but I can give here student now. Student, I can give here student also. Not student, person. I'm creating here person class. Okay, student also I can give. Student is also. What happened? Person is undefined. Okay, for constructor, for person constructor is this one. Okay. And I WSH. Okay, so this is constructor. See why it is taking, because this is the subtype of object, person only, no, subtype of object only. Person is the subtype of object only, then only it is possible, otherwise it is not possible. And this method is same. Now if I run, then you will see what exactly it is coming. See, class name, this, what is the class name here? Now class name is person. Before the class name was object, because I was creating the object of person. Now I am object of object only, but now I am creating the object of person here. So that's why this class name is person. You can see this is the hash code. False means what? I am creating new object that is not the type of this one. And this is a person. What exactly it is? This is the person, this is a class name, this class is the same only. Add the rate after they are concatenating, and this is the hash code. This is the hash code in hexadecimal number, this one only. Okay, this is the default implementation. What if I want to change something? I don't want to print in this way. This is a default. This is the default implementation. Default implementation of hash code, default implementation of equal method, and default implementation of toString method. But I don't want to do that one, because I want to do some different. I want to print the name. What is the name of student? I want to print that one. Then how I can do? I can override that one. toString. Yes, now it is coming override, and here I will return this dot student name simply. So now what will happen? If I run this one, you will see the default implementation of toString will not come now. Why? Because we have overridden the implementation of toString in our person class. Default implementation we have already seen. Default implementation is default implementation is that only, this is the default implementation, but we have overridden that one and we have given our own implementation according to our requirement. We can give that one. That is easy, that is also very easy to do. Okay, yes, in the same way I can override hash code and I can override equals also. How? Suppose here what I am doing now, okay, this one is fine. No, I'm not calling these methods. Okay, just what I'm doing here, these two persons are there. See, those two persons are there. Another one, I'm suppose object 1. Okay, I can give here person, no issue, or you can give, okay, object also, no issue, and object 2. Okay, now one more thing, object dot equals object 2. What exactly it will return? Some boolean value, no? BOOLEN, boolean. I will give here flag. Okay, and I will just print this one. I will print this flag. This flag I will print. Either it will be true or it will be false. So here, if I run this one, it is false. And what if I will give here wait, object 1, object 2 is object 1. Now flag will be true. So because now they both are object 1 and object 2 are pointing to the same object only, that's why it's a true. But what if I will give this one here, it's looking like that person is same, no, but reference is different because that is new object. Object 1 is one object, object is a new person, sorry, object 1 I will give. Object 1 is another person, object 2 is another person. Okay, so another person. Here we can see, because two different objects are there. That's why. But now this both reference is pointing to the same object. That's why it is coming true. But what if it is this one? Then it will give false. Because the reference variable of both objects are different. Both reference variable is pointing to different object. The address of reference variable are different here. But in this case, the address of reference variable of object 1 and object 2 are same. That's why it is giving a true. Because the reference address of object 1 and object 2 are same. That's why it is giving true, because this is the default implementation only, no checking. Okay, so that is the default implementation. I don't want to do like that, even because this also, even this also is the same only. Now this also is same. Person 1 and person 2 is same only, no, because values are same only. Then what we should do in that case? We should override that one. What we should do in this case, because in this case also if you run, you will see false, but it's not looking like false. Both person are same here. No? Then how you can say this is a false? So in this case we need to override equal method also. This is the use of equal method. So how will you implement? Return this dot student name dot equals with obj. If it is equals, then it will give return true, otherwise it will return false. Now you see, now it will come as a true. still it is not true. Why? Okay, give it as a person. No, it will not like that. So false only. Okay, sorry. Here also you have to give student only, or student student only. Oh, okay, person only. Yes, person only. You cannot give that one. Okay, so what we have to do here, we are missing something. This object has to be converted to student. S is equals to, sorry, not student, person, sorry, person P, and object has to be converted to person only, and this P dot student name. So now you will see what will be the output. It will become true. Yes, now this also is a true, this also will become true. No issue. And this also will become true, because even if you are creating new object with the same value, then also it is considering as this is same object only. But when I will change this value to something different like Kuldeep, 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 in that case it will give false. Yeah, definitely this is a false. But when I will give the same name, it will give as a true, because the object value is same. Now this is the use, this is the actual use of equal method. Equal method will compare the two object, and comparison we have to give by our O1, like that we are giving here. We have to give the implementation for equal method. The comparison for our object, we have to provide by overriding this method. If we don't override, then the default implementation will be this only. That always will be checking for the reference variable address only. That's it. But by this one you cannot say that object is same or not, objects are equal or not. In this way you can say that objects are equal or not. So that's why you can override this one. So this is the use of equal to method to override this one. Next one is the hash code. That also you can give the implementation if you want to give, but we should take the help. Actually we should not generate like that. Suppose hash code also we can see, we can return something. No, this is integer, return 100. That is also the implementation, but it is not the correct one. You should not do for everyone. It will give the hash code as 100 only. If I run this one, you will see hash code, it will be 100 only. See, oh sorry, okay, hash code, okay, just print this one. No, object methods, okay, yeah, see 100 class cast exception. Which one? Okay, this one you cannot do like that. This one, okay, because you cannot do like that. Okay, that is different thing, because that is coming because person is object, but object cannot be person. No, how object can be anything? How can you say specifically is a person only? You don't know. That's why the error was coming. See, now you see error 100. If I print the another one also, no, for that one also hash code will be 100, but JVM is assigning some other unique number. No, some unique number. But you are saying that hash code for both 100 only. How is it possible? It's not possible, no. So that's why you should not generate hash code by your own. Either you can take the help of IDE to generate the hash code. How? Go to the source, generate hash code and equal both, it will give. Yes, yes, now it is generating hash code and equal method. See, what we generated equal method, that was completely different, but what now this is generating equal method, that is completely different. Automatically as IDE is generating, you should generate in this way always. You should take the help of IDE only if you want to generate some prime, something, some calculation it is doing and submitting, it is returning. That will be always be unique. If I run this one now, see, now why its hash code is same? Because the values are same. See, this is generating very sophisticated way. See, see, now the hash code is different. If the values are same, then also hash code is same. But if your JVM is doing, then if values are same, then also your JVM is giving some other different hash code number only. So that's why if you want to override hash code or equal, you can take the help of your IDE. You can generate like that. You can give your own implementation. That's up to your choice, but that will be risky. You should not give like that. There is a chances you will get the same hash code for all the like that it will come. Okay, so this is the use of toString equals and hash code. toString equals and hash code. Okay, one more thing, how can you prove actually? Suppose I will deleting this one. Is there any way that you can prove this person is, by default it is extending superclass as an object? Yes, you can do that also if you want to do. Suppose from this one what I will do, dot get class, from this class dot get superclass dot get name. That's it. What it will return? This is some reflection code. String, okay, string CL class name, and if I print this class name, because this is super class, then what will be the value? Object only, java.lang.object only, because this is the super class only. See, java.lang.object only. And suppose this is a person, suppose I am creating here new class, and that is student, student only. Okay, and this I am extending extend person only, person. In that case I have to create one constructor implicit okay, that's it. Now which constructor, which constructor this is? Super, this constructor is a person constructor. See person constructor. So here, because in Java only one class you can extend, you cannot extend multiple class. So what is the super class of for the student? For student, super class is a person, and for person, super class is object only. In that case, you can say that student is also an person object only, because that is the inheritance relationship. It will be happening like that only. Okay, and in the main class I will give here student, student, student. Okay, student. Okay, now what will be the output? Person. See, because I am printing the super class. superclass of student. What is the superclass of student? Person only. In the same way, if I give here person, in that case person, for person superclass is object only. That's it. Okay, so this is all about object class. So in the next session we will see system class. So many classes are there. We have listed some of the classes here. All classes one by one we will see. So this was the object class. Object class is what? The default superclass for all the classes of your Java program or Java application. Object class cannot have any superclass, and all the objects are the type of object only. All the objects are the types of object only. All objects means student, employee, person, anything. That is type of object always. Okay, so that is all about object. In the next session we will see system class. So I hope you like this session. Please subscribe my channel, and thanks for watching. Now we will see you in the next session. Till that, bye bye.